YouTube? What up, what up, what up? GasMask back in the building with another video for y'all, bro. You already know what the theme is. Consistency. We dropping regular, trying to do this thing daily, but definitely multiple times a week. First things first, shout out to the Gas Gang. Yo, I love and appreciate y'all for rocking with me. You feel what I'm saying? We gonna turn this thing up. We on the road to 1,000 subs. We gonna get there, bro. I guarantee we gonna get there. Only a matter of time. Y'all already know. Like the video so we can get up in that algorithm. Share the video, you know what I mean, so we can start growing the community, the Gas Gang community. You feel what I'm saying? Hit that notification bell so when I drop, y'all will be notified. And of course, drop me some comments down below. I like the engagement. I like to see what y'all thinking, like whether y'all agree with what I'm saying, y'all disagree, whatever it is. Drop me a comment down underneath. So now we going interesting video. You feel what I'm saying? We all know how the whole Diddy thing, I can't say panned out, or maybe I can say panned out, because I mean, you know, we know Diddy's a gatekeeper. We know, you know, Diddy is appears to be protected by the elites. You know, he settled out of court with Cassie, but specifically we know about this Freakoff thing. You know what I mean? The whole Freakoff situation. And I think it's safe to say that Diddy was not some lone wolf in the entertainment industry doing these type of things. I think that it was most likely done to Diddy, based off my research, and I'm gonna probably drop some videos on that later down the line. But yeah, I think, you know, Diddy, I think Diddy was groomed by Andre Harrell first off. You know, when Diddy was interning for Uptown Records, and then if you know kind of the story, Uptown Records, which was run by Andre Harrell, was actually under Clive Davis, right? And we know Clive Davis, he ain't right. He didn't already came out as a homosexual, and so long story short, Clive took Diddy from Andre Harrell, and that's how Diddy got the Bad Boy imprint. But Diddy had to do some favors for Clive Davis, just like he was doing favors for Andre Harrell to get that position in the first place. Diddy ain't had no experience coming. I think he went to Howard. Yeah, he went to Howard. He was throwing parties and all that good stuff. And then at like 19, 20 years old, he's kind of like, you know, he's interning at Uptown Records, and next thing we know, he got Bad Boy Records. So anyway, long story short, yeah, this whole Freakoff thing, I think, you know, if y'all seen Eyes Wide Shut and all these type of things, I think this is like a regular occurrence in Hollywood and the entertainment industry. And it's so funny, anytime I hear the word, because like I said, people have thought I was crazy for so many years. My awakening as to how the world really works started around 2000, and then and I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna do a video on how I started to kind of like wake up, how I started to really see the matrix for what it is, or see like how the world really runs, or like the real world that's hidden in plain sight, that that the majority of people just don't see. But anyway, I don't want to get too far in it, but I'm gonna drop a video on that, my awakening. But and that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. But yeah, so the Freakoff situation. So, you know, if y'all heard the details, y'all know how disgusting that was. Okay, so I just wanted to give some context on the Freakoff situation. So, if y'all been paying attention, Vince McMahon, who is, you know, he runs the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. He's under fire right now because of sexual assault allegations of his employees and all type of real heinous things. And apparently he was hosting some Freakoffs for the WWE employees, like the wrestlers and shit like that. So we can really get into this video about Vince McMahon and his version of the Freakoff. So let's get it.
The WWE is one of the most successful sports entertainment companies in the world. For over 40 years, the WWE has attracted millions of fans, filling up arenas all over the US and globally. The wrestlers a part of the brand have become celebrities with millions of cheering fans at every show. This has allowed the WWE to become one of the most successful and profitable businesses in the country, as in 2022 alone, they raked in over $1.3 billion. One man primarily responsible for making the WWE the behemoth it is today was no other than Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is to the WWE what Walt was to Disney. Without Vince, the WWE would certainly not have the success and the legacy it has today. But as of recently, McMahon has tainted not only his own legacy, but that of the WWE as well, after being exposed for some disturbing behavior. What was revealed about Vince may change the way the world sees the WWE forever. It also definitely proves that Vince and others in the WWE were into some very disturbing activities. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome to The Truth Is, where I post new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, I'm joined by my good friend Chris.
What's up, guys?
We're going to be talking about Vince McMahon being exposed for hosting WWE Freakoffs.
And out this Truth Is channel, go get him a follow, yo. I really rock with Truth Is. I've been subscribed to him for probably a few years now, at least a couple years, and he's one of those people who, kind of exposes, the entertainment industry, Hollywood, the music industry, things like that. And he does a real thorough job, and he's very consistent in what he does, and I rock with him, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to shout out Truth Is, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. I definitely rock with your channel. Definitely y'all go give him a follow. But yeah, let's get right back into it.
But before we begin, the Patreons know that a new video on the adult film industry's connection to the occult will be dropping on Friday the 23rd. So if you're one of my Patreon members,
let's get to
Vince McMahon was the face and brains behind the WWE's success since the start. He started working at the company right out of college, as his father was the owner of the brand. He ended up buying the company from his father and then grew it into what it is today, one of the biggest money-making machines in America. Early on, Vince discovered that the cheering masses loved them some men in tights pretend wrestling. He also realized that if you add some drama-filled storylines, you can build yourself a wrestling entertainment empire. And that
part, I ain't gonna keep interrupting, but I used to, as a kid, man, of course, as a kid, we all used to think that shit was real. I was so into wrestling, bro. Like, that was like the biggest thing in the world to me, back when, for y'all that remember, like the NWA, like the Rock and Roll Express and cats like that. Most of y'all probably don't even remember that. But before the WWE was the WWE, it was actually called the WWF, which was the World Wrestling Federation. So this is back when they had, Hulk Hogan. That's before Hulk Hogan and the NWO and all that. When Macho Randy Man Savage and Tito Santana, Coco the Birdman Beware, Jake the Snake Roberts, Ultimate Warrior, like, British Bulldogs, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, the British Bulldogs, like, so, yeah, bro, I was a big wrestling fan, bro. So yeah, but anyway, let's move it.
That's exactly what he ended up doing. Since Vince was the face of one of the biggest wrestling companies in the world, this made him a very powerful man. And as you will soon find out, he used that immense power in the most disturbing way imaginable, taking advantage of his female employees. Last month, it was revealed by the media that Vince McMahon was leaving the WWE after years of leading it. A massive company was losing its leader unexpectedly, but the reason wasn't because of old age or poor health, but something much more disturbing. Right as it was being reported that Vince was leaving the WWE, it was also being reported that he was being sued by a former employee by the name of Janelle Grant for what he had done to her while he was her superior. The almost 70-page lawsuit tells a very disturbing story of how Vince McMahon uses immense power to force Janelle into relationships.
So what was blurred out, it said sexual assault and trafficking, human trafficking, crazy.
With him for a job at the WWE. According to the lawsuit filed back in January, Janelle was SA'd by Vince back in 2019 and 2020 after she
again, ASA, I'm pretty sure y'all can figure out what that is. YouTube guidelines won't allow us to say certain things or we'll get strike down. So but SA is a certain kind of assault, you feel me? I'm pretty sure I can put that together. Let's keep it moving.
began working for Vince McMahon. She claims that she met Vince back in 2019 after she was introduced to him by her building's manager. Vince at the time was renting out a penthouse suite in the same building she was living in. Sadly, in 2019, Janelle had lost everything after her parents passed away, leaving her nothing. Janelle was desperate and looking for employment, and that's when her building manager asked Vince McMahon if he can provide her with a job in his massive company. Vince agreed, and this is when he began a relationship with her. Vince began the unwanted flirting and gifting. She claims that he began taking her to exclusive WWE VIP events to him.
So off top, right? See, like, if you know, like me, I study psychology, you know what I mean? I'm heavy on psychology, which is essentially, why, the things people do and why they do these things and what these things mean. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, I study women, the psychology of women, because but also men too, because I have to deal with men on a daily basis as far as, business and, networking and things like that. So I like to understand the way the human mind works, whether it's men or women. Specifically, I focus on women because that's really my primary focus in my interactions. You know what I'm saying? Used to be a ladies' man, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, what I was getting at is, so what you can already kind of see unfolding is off top when the building manager came to Vince McMahon to help this woman. Vince McMahon already can see this as an opportunity, because this is someone that is in need. This is someone that's, kind of down on their luck, that needs his help. And so that puts him in a position of power, you know what I mean? And it gives him leverage, and influence over this person. So it appears that off top, he's already, starting to groom her, giving her gifts, taking her to VIP WWE events and things like that. So he's kind of trying to, show her the bright side of things, or you know what I mean, like the good part. So it's almost like, it's like, all right, throw the hook out now. Let me reel her in. And this is classic narcissistic behavior. Is that when a narcissist is gonna see a potential victim, understand what it is they're lacking, what it is they need, or what it is they're looking for. They're going to try to provide these things for them, shower them with gifts, put on this really nice, sweet personality and persona until they feel like they got the victim where they want them. And then all of a sudden, their real side, they're going to show their real personality, which is often the opposite of the nice person that they were, presenting themselves to be. So it looks like that's how Vince McMahon is setting this up with this girl. So let's get back to it.
Impress her. At around the same time, he became more aggressive with his advances, which according to Janelle made her a bit uncomfortable. But she continued to communicate with him because she needed a job, so she dealt with it. Eventually, Vince would offer her a job, but according to Janelle, he would only hire her if she had a hidden relationship with him. Vince would also allegedly warn her that if she agreed but decided to speak out about their arrangement, he would have his lawyer shut her up.
So off top, right? Again, off top, he's giving her a job, coming to the rescue. He's her savior, the knight in shining armor. But there's strings attached. So this position at WWE is contingent on her having, a relationship with her, and obviously a sexual relationship, So classic narcissistic predatory behavior. See this all the time. So we can pretty much call this out. Keep it moving.
Now eventually agreed to be in this hidden relationship, and Vince would keep his word, granting her a made-up position in the WWE legal department. Over the next few months is when the alleged SA occurred on many different occasions.
Can you help us? We need to drive away.
Oh my God, I hate these damn ads. I'm gonna have to get YouTube TV. Fucking heads.
Janelle claims she participated in arranged hookups with Vince so she can keep her job. She was forced to sign an NDA which prevented her from speaking out. She couldn't even tell people she worked for the WWE. She also claimed that Vince started inviting fellow WWE staff and even a WWE star to engage in activities with her. He would even instruct her to meet up with another WWE executive, John Lawrence's, in which she claims she hooked up with him. She also claims that he routinely would invite other men to join their activities, making her hook up with other men as he watched. There's a lot that she claims in the lawsuit that's really
Does that sound familiar? Similar to what Diddy was doing, huh? On the Freakoff tip, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? And this is just like really sick sociopathic behavior type shit. Like, I don't, if I'm dealing with a woman and I'm attracted to the woman and I'm having a relationship with the woman, like, I don't want to see her engaged in sexual activity with other men, bro. Like, I don't like, so you know it's something off with these people that they get off by seeing their woman or the woman that they dealing with engaged in acts with other men. Like, that is really weird. And it's borderline fruity and zesty because, like, why you want to see some other man pounding out your woman or the chick you dealing with, bro? Like, that's way off, you know what I mean? But this seems to be a common theme in these powerful types, you know, with this whole freak off agenda type situation. So let's keep it
graphic and disturbing, and I can't get into all the allegations here. This video was originally supposed to be a Patreon exclusive, but I decided I'll just censor most of it and make it for YouTube. According to Janelle, on one occasion, she was invited by Vince to participate in a group hookup. This is when she claims the most disturbing thing happened to her. It's
a group hookup? What the, like, come on, bro.
Important to note that Janelle was being forced to engage in these activities at the WWE headquarters building while she was at work. I do want to warn you that this part of the claims is truly disgusting and disturbing. Janelle claims—
Damn, so it's not even on. They're like, she's forced to engage in these acts during work hours at the office, basically. Yo, that's crazy. That's wild.
Claims that while she was participating in a group session with Vince ended up climbing up on top of her and proceeded to take a number 2 on her head while the other man was engaged in activities with her.
Whoa. I don't know. Hold up. I don't know if that went over y'all head. This is sick shit. Like, he said that while he had her engaged in a group hookup, Vince took a number 2 on her head. So he defecated on her head. Like, he took a shit on her head, bro. Like who, like, you gotta be really fucked up in the head to, like, even, like, who gets enjoyment out of that, yo? I mean, obviously she wouldn't, but the person, like, doing that, like, you gotta be a sick fuck. Like, I don't, if I'm engaging in sexual activity with my lady or with a chick or whatever, you know what I'm saying, however me and Shorty getting down, under no circumstances do I want any feces, shit, defecation. Like, that in sex should be totally separate at all times. Matter of fact, only time defecation shit should come into play is if you gotta take a shit. Like what the fuck is wrong with these people, bro? You shitting on, like, you shitting on people during sex, bro? And, like, what the fuck is wrong with people? It's crazy. Anyway, let's keep going.
With Vince ended up climbing up on top of her and proceeded to take a number 2 on her head while the other man was engaged in activities with her. Vince then ordered her to sit covered in his waist while the other man continued to do what he was doing for an hour and a half.
Oh, whoa, hold up. So fellas or women, imagine you engaged in sex with a woman and you having a group session, right? So, you know, it's basically an orgy, you know what I mean? Okay, y'all getting it in, y'all doing y'all thing. And then all of a sudden, so fellas in particular, just to make it, you know, align with what's being said or what happened. Fellas, you know what I'm saying? You getting it in with the lady. You and your homies getting it in with the lady. And then while you getting it in, one of the dudes take a shit on the lady's head. And then you just, fuck it, it's like nothing never happened. You just still getting it in for a whole hour and a half. And then the dude that took a shit on her to, look, leave the shit on your head. Like, leave it. you know what I mean, for the session, you know what I mean? So how do you, I don't get that, bro. Like, that's just crazy. It's sick. It's disgusting, bro. Like, how do you, just the smell, like, how do you stay aroused and excited when you smelling shit? Like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, this is crazy. It's fucking crazy. Weird shit.
We have all heard about some sick stuff happening in Hollywood, but this definitely took the ball. Once I saw this, I immediately knew what it was, and it just confirmed that Vince McMahon was an occultist. What Vince did to Janelle was a sex ritual that was actually taught by Aleister Crowley in his Thelema cult religion.
So if y'all don't know, Crowley is, you know, he is the self-proclaimed most wickedest man in the world. He referred to himself as the Beast 666. You know, obviously he's a Satanist. He created a religion called Thelema. And basically, you know, he was into a lot of pedo activity. And, you know, a lot of what he was into revolved around what he called sex magic. And it's just a whole bunch of sick, depraved, twisted, demonic shit. But the crazy part, and then y'all see on y'all think that is on his hat, that is the Eye of Horus, or the all-seeing eye in the pyramid. So if y'all don't know, you should make the connection. Just grab a dollar bill, look on the back of your dollar bill, and you will also see the all-seeing eye in the pyramid, you know, at the top of the pyramid. So that should let you know the creators or the designers of the dollar bill, what they were into and who they worship, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but what I was gonna say is, you start to really, you know, dive deep into this type shit, you start to understand that the vast majority of the entertainment industry, this includes athletes, actors, musicians, and so forth, the vast majority of these people follow this cult or cultic religion, like this ideology. Like, you wouldn't think, but you know, your Jay-Z's and, you know, your Oprahs and all the, you know, the top of the top, you know what I mean? This is what these people believe in. This is what these people are into. These are the people that people pretty much worship as gods today on earth. It's crazy. Anyway, let's keep it going.
Crowley had several rituals that line up exactly with what Vince was doing to Janelle. Vince was using his immense power in the WWE to coerce Janelle to participate in his Thelema rituals. He then forced her to sign an NDA which would keep her quiet. After the situation happened, Janelle was trying to avoid Vince, telling him that she wasn't feeling good and needed time. She claims that not long after this, Vince approached her and told her that his wife had found out about their engagement. He offered her money to leave the company quietly and to sign an NDA that would prevent her from speaking about what happened to her. Vince offered her $1 million to keep quiet, but Janelle felt that she deserved $3 million for what she had been put through. Vince agreed and paid her $1 million and told her the rest would come in installments. Janelle never got the rest of her money and decided to sue Vince, the WWE, and all the rest of the people involved. She claimed in her lawsuit that what Vince did to her scarred her for life. This wasn't the only woman who had this problem with Vince, as 3 other women have been paid millions to keep quiet. It was reported that Vince was actually removed from the company because it was this.
So Vince, damn, he done kicked out basically $20 million. Sheesh. And so, you know, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Discovered by the board of directors that he had been using company money to pay these settlements, claiming that he paid over $19 million to 4 different female victims. Vince was being exposed as a monster, and the world was getting to see the truth about Vince and the WWE. One thing I wanted to bring up in this video that I saw people in the last video saying was that the WWE wrestlers weren't into the occult. Well, not only does this Vince situation prove it, as Vince literally had his wrestlers engaging in these rituals with him, but I also discovered that one of the most famous wrestlers in the WWE, Undertaker, was actually a part of the Masonic Demole organization for young boys. That's right, the wrestler who acted like an occultist on stage was actually a real occultist. For those who don't know from previous videos, the Demole is a Masonic organization designed for children of Masons. They teach kids about Masonry and prepare them to be Masons in adulthood. The Undertaker is a Masonic puppet, and he is deceiving the world by claiming he turned to Christ. His persona was based on his real life. While he wasn't really coming back to life, he was participating in occult magic. All of this proves what kind of man Vince was and what kind of company he built. A sick company that operated in the world of the occult, just like the rest of Hollywood. The WWE is just more Masonic programming to corrupt the minds of the world. These disturbing allegations made against Vince proves everything I said about the WWE when I covered it. So many people were in denial and said the
I am here to tell you today that
fucking
your
goodness, I
feelings
hate
are
these
valid.
fucking
Your trauma is valid.
ads,
Your hurt
bro.
is
I gotta get YouTube TV.
WWE was not a part of the Masonic system, even when I displayed clear evidence. During last year's WrestleMania, the artist they brought out to open the event openly wore a Masonic square and compasses chain. They made sure to zoom in and make the Masonic symbol visible to the camera. Those who love the WWE saw that and still denied their Masonic connection.
At this point in the game, you should understand who the Freemasons are. Okay? It's crazy because really what a lot of people don't understand is the Masons have infiltrated pretty much every single sector of society. Government, finance, education, technology, science, you name it, they are there. And they are at the top of these industries. And a lot of people's introduction to Freemasonry is through, it starts in college, you know, because basically fraternities and sororities are the gateway, the window, the doorway to Freemasonry. And so all our every single U.S. president that we've ever had is a Freemason. All of the top 1%ers, you know, the elite, the global elite, the people who pull the strings, who run shit, basically, they're all Freemasons. You know, the heads of, you know, Fortune 500 companies, and all of these people are Freemasons, you know what I mean? And that's how they recruit you initially through college with, you know, with these fraternities and sororities. And they use it, you know, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, it's so funny. I went to Morgan State University, and I was recruited by the fraternities, all of them. All of them was trying to recruit me. The thing was, and they use, you know, parties, access to girls, access to sororities and different things. My thing was, bro, I'm already lit. Not saying like that, but you know, I might have been more open to it because back then in college, I didn't understand or know the origin. I didn't know all of these things, but it just so happens that the dudes who was trying to recruit me, I didn't respect them. I thought they was lames. I thought they was clowns. I didn't really vibe with them. I didn't rock with them. And I already had women. I had girls. It was easy. I was fresh. Like, I was already cool. Like, so I didn't need to be a part of the organization in order to get access to girls or access to parties and things like that. So I would, you know, I pretty much laughed them off. Yo, like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think about the kids who go to college and don't have friends. They're not really cool. They're not really in the social circle. So when the frats come trying to recruit them, oh yeah, they want to be a part of something, you know. But I already had my crew of homies who didn't go to the same college, but I mean, they didn't go to college, but you know, I had a squad, I had a crew, so I didn't need to, you know, fit in with these people to try to be cool. I was already comfortable in my skin, and I was, you know, I was good with who I was and where I was at, so I just didn't need to get involved. But a lot of kids are susceptible, you know, through, you know, that's how they're introduced unknowingly. So let's keep it moving.
The WWE promotes nothing but degeneracy and has brainwashed countless generations of kids. They literally had to put a warning up before their show came on to advise kids not to repeat what they saw on TV so they don't get sued. They know just how influential wrestling is to the youth. Are we really surprised that the man behind it all was a complete monster? What he was accused of proves he was an occultist and a Thalemite, in my opinion. The fact that he allegedly wanted this girl to engage in activities with multiple men of his own staff while he watched tells me exactly what he was doing was a Thelema ritual. Crowley's Thelema followers were frequently engaged in group activities just like this, where one man offers up his wife to play as a Scarlet Woman and the other men engage in activities while he watched. This is a literal ritual done in Thelema, and this is exactly what Vince was participating in. The fact that so many members of his staff were down to do it with him lets you know that they're all a part of the same cult. This is the reason so many celebrities are accused of doing things like this. They all participate in sex rituals, and it explains why Hollywood is so obsessed with sex so much, because they're followers of Crowley. It's not hard to see that all of Hollywood follows Crowley. They embody his credo within the industry. The industry of Hollywood is all about stars and doing what they want, and everyone acting as if they're their own god. Those in Hollywood pretend to be gods, while they all participate in these occult rituals. They're all involved in the occult.
You know what's crazy, right? This sounds exactly like Diddy's Freakoffs from last year. I know everyone remembers the Diddy Freakoff parties with Cassie. It was the same exact story. Diddy had Cassie hook up with adult male stars while he sat in a corner and watched. Sounds like the exact thing you explained about Vince. This has to be something these powerful gatekeepers are into. It's also interesting to me that both of them got exposed right after each other. I know that Diddy was targeted after his problems with the liquor brand that owned Ciroc. That's when he started getting exposed, like the elite were trying to get rid of him. He settled with the liquor company and lost everything he had with them. And now the attention is off Diddy.
I don't know if y'all realize, but Diddy, a lot of people thought that Diddy owned Ciroc. He never did. Diddy was basically like a mascot. So they basically paid Diddy to be the face of Ciroc. Why? Because Diddy is a very influential figure where in the hip hop scene, in the hip hop industry, right? We all know that hip hop is the dominant force in the world. Hip hop is probably the biggest influence in the world. It determines what's cool. It determines what's trendy. And so that's how Ciroc became so big, with them marketing it through Diddy. And then making it appear like it's Diddy's brand, but that was never Diddy's brand. And so what happened was, through Diddy's deal and pushing Ciroc, Ciroc has to be the #1 vodka in the world, and how is that? Because of Diddy, you know what I mean? And so, but then Diddy got his own brand, which was De Leon. And so what happened was Diddy started going off script. I forget the name of the company that owns all of that stuff. It escapes me, but that's not important. But basically, Diddy went against the grain, and he was basically complaining. And I think he sued the company, saying that they were putting his brand, which I think is tequila, De Leon, on the back burner for Ciroc. And so once he did that, all of a sudden, Diddy started getting exposed. I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think that's by chance. Once you take the oath, once you sell your soul, once you sell out, you got to do what you're told. You got to hold up your end. And if you try to start going against the grain, you gonna get exposed. And that's pretty much what happened to Diddy. However, we see that Diddy is still protected. They didn't go too hard on him because he's still free. He ain't locked up. So we understand Diddy, he ain't done. You know what I'm saying? But
I also saw they were trying to get Vince off the WWE leadership roles for a while now. Now, all of a sudden, he's getting exposed by someone he previously had paid off. It appears to me the reason these allegations are coming out now is because they were trying to get Vince out the picture.
Honestly, that's a good point in my opinion. We already seen countless examples of this exact thing happening, I also believe that all these allegations came out about Diddy was because they were trying to get him out the way. They were trying to shut him up. Diddy was trying to play big and bad. He was trying to be a boss. And then they turned the media against him. They turned the industry against him. And now Diddy has been humbled. This is how the elite above the gatekeepers keep their gatekeepers in control.
That's what it's called, Diageo. So that's the parent company that owns Ciroc and De Leon and all these other things, Diageo.
Yeah, you have all this power, but don't let that power get to your head. And don't start thinking that you have more power than us or you're bigger than us. We'll put you in check at all times. And that's what I believe is happening with Vince McMahon. Maybe they just wanted to get Vince McMahon out of the company already, and he didn't want to leave. We already seen multiple examples of companies that are bought out after they make it to a certain level, and it seems like they're almost pressured to sell the company. And that's what I believe might have happened with Vince McMahon. Don't get me wrong. He definitely did these disturbing things. I believe he did this to way more than just this woman. I think this is the only woman who was brave enough to come out. But the way that he was able to do this so casual, just get this woman to agree to do all these weird things, and he did it without any shame or anything, that to me shows that this is something he's committed to, something he continuously done, you know? And we know that Vince McMahon is a weird guy. He shows it through the very WWE programming. We see the things that they've shown us throughout the years, the storylines that they have taken, you know?
Yeah, the first thing I thought to myself when I saw the allegations was that old clip of Stephanie, his daughter, that's floating around online. Stephanie called out Vince years ago for wanting to do something strange with her. Stephanie said that when she was pregnant, Vince wanted her to pretend like she was pregnant with his baby. She claimed that Vince wanted her to play out a storyline for the WWE in which she gets pregnant by her own father. When she rejected it, he asked her if we can use your brother instead. This was a prime example of what type of programming the WWE was putting out there. Why even push a storyline where a man impregnated his own daughter? It's just sick to me, and it just shows what they are pushing. This older man was out here doing these very disturbing activities with these much younger women, and then he paid her off to shut up. It matches perfectly with the content that WWE puts out already.
A man who would act like he had a baby with his own daughter is truly a sick man. But are we surprised? As he's a straight-up occultist who was doing the most disturbing rituals at the WWE. The star wrestlers are nothing more than Masonic puppets, just like the rest of the celebrities. Now, the question remains, will the legacy of the WWE be forever tainted after Vince was exposed for hosting WWE Freakoffs? Or will they continue to support this disturbing company? Well, that's a...
And that's about it. You know what I mean? That's the end of that video. Just wanted to shed some light on that. Once again, shout out Truth Is Network. I fuck with them heavy, man. He be dropping a lot of science and a lot of truth on the entertainment industry and Hollywood and all of that type shit. And it's just truly a sick world we living in, man. And you know, like I said, my awakening. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that because I'm gonna make a whole video about that, how I started to really wake up and see the world for what it is. But and this is why one of my absolute favorite top 10 movies of all time has to be The Matrix. The Matrix, I mean, part 3 not so much, but the first 2 is just fire, yo. And really, it was such a great way, you know, to use a metaphor or an analogy to show exactly how the world works and exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? As far as like how the way we think the world is totally not that way. You know what I mean? But you know, this video is already a little longer than I wanted it to be, so I'm gonna end it right there, man. Once again, always shout out Gas Gang. You know what I mean? Love and appreciate y'all. Drop me some comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. Is this a conspiracy theory, like so many people have been brainwashed and programmed to use that terminology, or y'all already up on all this stuff and know what time it is? Let me know. Drop me a comment down below. Make sure I hit the notification bell so when I drop videos, y'all get notified. Like I said, we going up in 24, bro. We on the road to 1,000 subs, and we gonna get there. Definitely hit the like button. So that we can get up in that algorithm and share the video. That's pretty much that on that. Shout out Gas Gang. You feel what I'm saying? I'm be dropping consistently moving forward, and that's how we doing it, bro. So on that note, gas gone.